You're listening to Distraction Therapy. Conversations and sound walks at a time of change. With me, Rob Watson. Rob Watson here. Welcome to Distraction Therapy. This week what I want to talk about is these YouTube videos, these walk and tour videos that I've been a bit obsessed with recently. Those of you who've been following this, as I've started to introduce some reviews that I've captured from videos that are up on YouTube, and the question I've got is, are they a form of community media? And what makes them interesting if they are a form of community media, and how do we anticipate that what we get out of them and adapt to them and use them, rather than just, if you like, kind of seeing them as some kind of distant kind of phenomena on social media? Are they something that can kind of relate to our sense of identity, our sense of place, our sense of belonging in our communities? So what I want to do, if there's a couple of videos, I'm going to include some clips in from, and we've got a bit of music as well. So I'm hoping to build up a picture of kind of how they work. As I watch more of them, I'll get a better sense of what's going on, how they work, what kind of stories they tell, and really we're thinking about why they're relevant as an emergent form of community media.
Certitude ignorée que dans votre tête un air est chanté pour tromper la solitude. Regardez quand dans votre Sofitel en secret nous vous disons ce qu'est la vie. Ce soir, puis quand le silence s'installe, c'est l'espoir que demain nous reviendrons pour vous voir. Même si vous êtes en voyage quelque part, quand on vous joue l'indicatif,
So there's 4 types of videos that I've been looking at that have come to mind, and each of them have recently been filmed in a town or city in England, and each has a different approach, and I think it signifies a range of different kinds of motivations that define what and how the people who are making them are trying to get out of them. Sometimes these differences are quite subtle, so this is really my first attempt at figuring out what those differences are, and I'm hoping that over time I can build up a more systematic framework and we can evaluate them in a way that identifies what the structure and the symbolic relevance is as they kind of emerge, and maybe more people do them, or I start to find out and see people who've been doing them for a long time and are well established at doing them, but they're only just coming to my attention. But I think it's the differences that matter, and how we use them and think about them is something that we can get something out of as a new form of or a different way of doing community media than we've maybe focused on in the past.
Oh yeah, it is that way. Yeah.
Det er meget sjovt. Annie Brown. Et lille hus der.
Ja. Such dude. C'est un peu short.
You can be someone if you grow with me. Your simple song is something else. You simulated your love for me. You can be someone if you grow with me.
You just need game and performance.
Game and performance.
Your life is a prospecting company. Businessman, yet you kill the boss.
Yet you kill the boss.
Computer programs, shadows in the night.
You can be someone if you grow with me. Your simple song is something else. You're simulated your love for me. You can be someone if you grow with me.
You just need game and performance.
Game and performance.
Your life is a prospecting company. Businessman, yet you kill the boss.
Yet you kill the boss.
Computer programs, shadows in the night. You just need Businessman, yet you kill the boss. Computer programs, shadows in the night.
You can be someone if you grow with me. Your simple song is something else. You're simulated. Your love for me. You can be someone if you grow with me.
You just need game and performance. Your life is a prospecting company. Businessman, yet you kill the boss. Computer programs, shadows in the night.
There's a couple of principal styles that I've noted in these walking tour videos, particularly the more general ones. First, a lot of these walking tour videos are, first of all, they're widespread and very common, and there's lots of them on YouTube, thousands of them, and they're very international. They're not just, created and produced by one type of person, but there's a real wide range of people who are doing them now and having a go at doing them, and from many different places as well. A lot of them have kind of been established as part of the travel promotional industries. So there's a sense that what they're doing is trying to connect with those the wannabe travellers, the digital nomad lifestyle, the wanderer, which is a very seductive image. And I've got into watching some travel YouTubers, a guy in Japan and a guy in Thailand, a Russian guy in Thailand and a Japanese guy in Japan. And they're really well produced, they're really informative, they're entertaining, and it kind of does make you want to long for those kind of trips and visits to places. And I'm sure there's people doing videos in other places as well, but there's a difference in the way that some of the walk and tour videos work. So the walk and tour videos are a more extended wander through the streets of a place, the back streets or the main streets of a place. And what they don't try and do is intervene in the same way. So they're not putting a set of editorial choices, overt editorial choices. There are editorial choices, but they're quite simple choices. It's, can we wander around the street and identify certain places, certain monuments, certain cultural places, certain kind of areas where cafes are, where people go, on the basis that anybody who was a would-be traveller, tourist to those places, can anticipate what is there. Now, in the past, when I've done that, I used to look at Google Street View to find out what a place was like. Now you can go on a virtual walking tour, and this has really come into its fore in the lockdown as a form of relaxation and entertainment for me, because there's no narration, there's very little music. The intervention by the editor is very limited and simple. So there's long shots, and they're shot on a gimbal, a stabilizer. So there's a couple of factors that I think have influenced the rise of these videos. One is the capacity of small digital cameras to shoot a 4K resolution. That's kind of opened up the quality levels of these videos. They're no longer grainy and scratchy. They're very crystal clear, and if you get the lighting right, then they're remarkably clear. Similarly, and associated with that, is the capacity of streaming services to, first of all, curate that content in an accessible way, as a kind of on-demand service that you can search for things. So YouTube, Netflix, they're very good at enabling us to search, and YouTube more specifically is driven by its accessibility as a search engine, but also tied with the fact that the Streaming 4K video is now much more readily accessible. As broadband capacity has increased, then we're able to view video in high definition. But also the integration of streaming services within television sets as well. So the large scale 50-inch beyond 60-inch, 70-inch integrated LED television sets now offer a really great way of viewing these things. I've been lucky enough to upgrade my television. I've never had a large television, and to have a 50-inch screen now is really see things in some remarkable detail. And what you're not doing that thing which I never used to like, and I never used to connect with YouTube. The lean forward experience. You have to look at a screen, and you have to look at a very small screen, your mobile phone or your laptop. Now it's lean back on the sofa, so I can do other things as well. I can read a book, I can edit video, I can, audio, I can do some work, answer emails, wherever it is, and the video's on in the background. And what I like about these walking tour videos is because there's very little personality in them. There's very little editorial shaping and direction of it. It's actually something you could just have running on in the background. Also, there's been a growth in and a shift towards consumer-friendly editing software, which means that you can edit these things on a mobile phone now and post them up to the internet if you've got a reasonable internet connection. And I've had a go at doing a couple of these on the go and as I'm travelling around, and it is getting easier to do it. The bane of my life these days is slow upload speeds. Forget fast download speeds. What we really need is an improvement in the upload speeds that people, cafes and public places offer, because you can be sat there for 3 hours waiting for something that would probably take you 10 minutes at home to do because you've not got the capacity to upload video. But that'll come as broadband is improved over time.
ini lah kal kejadi kadya ajhi thala आए तो इन्ना में मज़ो नहीं होते वाले हाँ पब्लिक में
बड़ी पब्लिक का
हाँ असल में वो आहे
उम्मीद नहीं
मौसम बेहतर थी वही नहीं
हाँ शुक्र
हाँ तो जो पसंद जो दुकान
मुझे पसंदीदा इलाही नज़र आया चोलो इस नज़र आयो मूंसून नज़र आयो इहा नज़र अची वियो ॾाढा भला भला शॉप लश नज़र आयो मार्किस स्पेंसर पे
हाँ
सब नहीं देखा हाउस ऑफ द ब्रांड्स आणि ॿिया जेके सिटी सेंटर आहिनि उनखां वरी हिनखे डिफरेंट करे ॾेखारियो
हे आहे डिफरेंट
हे ॾाढो डिफरेंट आहे वॾो वॾो
हे ॾिस वेकरोड आहे पब्लिक आहे ना हाँ टूरिस्ट स्पॉट आहे बेसिकली छो त ये जेके डॉकलैंड्स आहिनि न इहे सॼो टूरिस्ट माना लंडन वारो लुक ॾिए थो
मूंखे बि ईअं ई कई दफ़ा फील थियो आहे ॼण असां लंडन में था घुमूं
हा इहे ॾेखारियूं ॿाहिरों साइकिलियूं ॾेखारिया
हाँ
साइकिलियूं साइकिलियूं
हेॾे हलणो आहे सभु
हेॾे हलो
न नी
हेॾे हलो या हेॾे हलो
और वापस हलूंगी ना हुते रहियल आहिनि
तरीक़े सां
अच्छा अच्छा
खलका ॾिसो यार Ada hiriahin sama.
Ahin kesayangan.
Hah?
Ahin kesayangan.
Ada. Gadin jo nahi at enam halau vichamo. Vichamo halau hi gadin ji lai nahi. Who is street walking?
एक कलर कॉम्बिनेशन पे जेमन मोरेसन gitu है
And if you haven't really
Je t'aime parce que tu es mon contraire. Je serai le sable et tu serais la mer. On pourrait nager sous les bateaux et jeter les envies solitaires. Retiens mon désir, ne laisse pas s'enfuir. Je ne sais que parler et tu sais te taire. Je serai le vent et tu serais la terre. On pourrait marcher dans l'avenir, changer la couleur de tes souvenirs. Retiens mon désir, ne laisse pas s'enfuir. À l'envers. Je serai le feu et tu serais la pierre. Prendre le tout dernier métro dans les couloirs et leurs courants d'air. Retiens mon désir, ne laisse pas s'enfuir.
there's also a participative culture which is associated with YouTube. It's that kind of Henry Jenkins stuff, isn't it? You know, the more people see things that are about participating and creating your own content, then the more people will be involved. And I was struck by a podcast that was on the Rebel Wisdom platform a few days ago that I was listening to, was kind of asking the question about the ethics of social media and what difference it will make for people to stand. One of the challenges that came out of the conversation was the idea that people have to step forward and start having a go at making their own media, and I think that's really true. But the basis that we do that is kind of community-driven focus rather than it being, if you like, purely commercial or purely personality-driven attempts to create content and get attention. But the culture of imitation that's associated with a lot of online stuff on YouTube is really interesting. So you can learn as you go along, and people seem to be quite happy with that. It's part of the process to improve and develop your skills and improve your tech awareness. And there's lots of sites and lots of videos and channels that are dedicated to teaching people how to do that and to figuring out what it means to use equipment and what kind of photography you need to do, what kind of frame rates you need to do, what kind of colour saturation you might need, what kind of sound collection you should be focusing on. So there's a lot of stuff that you can get and teach yourself. And the final thing is the improvements to microphones. When you listen back or you watch back some of the older videos, the biggest inhibitor to a positive viewing experience is rubbish microphones that are really the sound isn't very good. It's lots of wind noise, and now the kind of wind suppression and also people's awareness that you need to use windshields is growing. So, I think it was George Lucas who said that, a film is 50% image and 50% sound. You can watch a rubbish image, but you can't listen to rubbish sound. So you kind of paraphrasing, of course. So, how we think about that is really, really quite important. Two main categories of videos that I've kind of identified at this point. One is the kind of travel guide, which is, if you like, a kind of formal facilitated tour. Let's wander around Berlin and see what the statues are like. Let's wander around and see where the cafe clusters of cafes are. Let's see where what the transport hub's like. And then there's these other ones which are kind of more emergent, which are the personal guides, which are very much more impressionistic of somebody's experience of their town, of what and how they feel that they can share with the rest of the world. That this is kind of where they live, for good or ill. For it can be warts and all. I think one of the things I've noted is that they, a lot of these kind of personal guides don't gild the lily. It is what it is, and that's a fascinating way to document a place. Is you kind of just turn up with a camera, a small action camera or a phone, nothing more than that, and you just walk through the streets. And in years to come, we're going to see this as a kind of fascinating archive, which is readily available to us to stream, and it will capture those moments. What was the UK like in August 2021? And there's loads of videos, and in the UK, surprisingly, people aren't wearing masks in public places in August 2021. But if you look at Tokyo, then everybody's wearing masks in August 2021, and it's that kind of, we can spot those differences. We can spot the difference in people's clothes, fashion. It really opens up a kind of cultural observational approach. But that might not be the intention of the people who are shooting this video. They're just there because it's their town, or it's their hobby, or it's their place that they're visiting that they just want to capture a record of. So I find that really fascinating and really to be, supported and encouraged. So I kind of, the DIY style the first style, which is the guides, they are a little bit more formal. They do seek to fit within a pattern and a recognised pattern of professionalism and ability to demonstrate what a place is like. It's usually done on a sunny day, for example. It's often done on a warm evening when people are fairly relaxed. It's not trying to be newsworthy. But the other ones can be really fascinating. And there's two examples that I've found. One is from Blackpool and one is from St Helens. And the Blackpool one is called on a channel called A Walk on the Wildside, and the St Helens one is a channel called Exploring with JB. And they on the Exploring with JB video, he is effectively in the rain. It's a really heavy rain storm, and the streets are empty. I think it's kind of during, it's maybe of a morning or something like that, but there's nobody around, and there's a lot of shops that are closed, and he's just wandering about for like 10 minutes. It's not an exploration in any depth. It's just an impression of what St Helens is like. And I've been to St Helens, and it's a former industrial British town, as are many, that has not adapted as well as maybe other towns, or been invested in as other towns have across Europe have been invested in by public infrastructure. So it's but it is what it is, and that's really encouraging to see people being that kind of honest and authentic, to use a phrase, about the place where they're from.
My name is JB. I'm back here in St Helens, just currently looking at this Victoria monument. Victoria, 1837 to 1901. Here's Town Hall and Victoria Square. Distance there you can see the library. Barrow Street. Wizards, absolutely awesome shop. Lots of weird and wonderful things in here. Wizards.
Oh my god, this bit is so good.
The Blackpool one is fascinating because he's the guy who does it is prepared to kind of show off some of the worst aspects of the town. It's not all about pretending that the town is a wonderful place to go and visit and have fun, although that might be part of it. But one video he does is called Shutter Street, and there's a particularly badly affected, dilapidated, abandoned high street that hasn't had any investment for many years, and lots of the shops have closed and they're boarded up. And in one video he points out to where there was a raid for a cannabis farm. So he's not trying to sell anything. As I say, he's not gilding the lily in any way. He's just really being honest and presenting it as it is in front of him, and he's not trying to editorialise that, although I suppose there are some editorial decisions that are made in this, but it's very documentary in that sense, and verite is, it's just what's there. And I kind of find that really refreshing, because I think watching something like this, it has more impact than anything that a TV news journalist could ever produce. It's a form of documentarianism. It's a form of documentary that is stripped back. It's DIY. It's direct. This is by somebody who lives in that place, who knows it intimately and has something to say about it because he cares about it. He's not just a visitor who's come in to tell a story and then go away again. It's a continuing story, and what you get is this chain of other stories that he relates about the life in the town.
To another video, walk on the Wildside, and I'm here in Blackpool, and today I'm going to be taking you down Coronation Street. Not the famous street of cobbles, of course. I am here in Blackpool, so we'll be taking you down Coronation Street right here in the town centre. I'm actually on Reeds Avenue at the moment, so we're just heading down there now. So Coronation Street runs off Reeds Avenue right here and goes right into the heart of the town centre. So there's quite a few things to talk about down Coronation Street, so you'll want to stick around. There's been a lot of stuff happening lately, and there's a bit of history as well, so let's go. It's a bit like someone's trying to break into this cafe here. I might be mistaken. Okay, now before we go on to Coronation Street, I've just come a bit further down Reeds Avenue, and does anybody remember the Hornby Model Railway shop, which used to be right here? Yeah, the Hornby Model Railway shop. I always used to think it should be one street further up, or one major street further up Hornby Road. Yeah, so this hotel here, Jade Holiday Apartments, this used to be the Hornby Model Railway shop here on Reeds Avenue. And we're not that far away from Hornby Road, it's only a few streets that way. It could have been on there, couldn't it? That would have been more appropriate. Anyway, Coronation Street is right over there. Let's go and take a look, shall we? There's a bit of banging going on here. It's like someone's trying to break into this cafe here. The Reeds Grill. He's trying to knock the door down. There's a club over the road, Social Club. Don't know the name of it, but it's been there a long time. Yeah, so we're looking down Coronation Street now, and this goes towards the town centre. There's a few people sat outside this club here, and they seem a little bit bemused about what's going on at this place over the road, this cafe. There's a woman trying to break into it. Got a hammer on it now. Oh, no one's trying to sleep. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe she's sealing the door rather than trying to break in. I don't know. Well, I turned around and she suddenly disappeared, so maybe she's disappeared inside the cafe. Anyway, here you are. Here's the sign, Coronation Street. Let's take a look, shall we? So this is Coronation Street here in Blackpool, and there's that social club over the road. I don't know. Has it got a name? Hotel and Apartments Social Club? Don't think so. There's a few people in there. Quite a crowd had come out to watch that woman trying to break into that shop. So anyway, there's quite a lot of stuff to see down here, and I'll tell you all about it. There's quite a lot of history. The giant wheel was based down here on Coronation Street near the Winter Gardens. We'll have a look at the site of that. And there's been a bit of stuff going on lately, a bit of dodgy stuff going on lately, drugs and stuff, like Row House. We'll take a look at that as well, shall we? So there are quite a lot of small hotels and guest houses here on Coronation Street. I'll just pan round. That's looking where I started, down there. Showing you around. Got a building over there, not sure what it is, but next door to that is a Chinese takeaway. We're heading towards Hornby Road now, just over here.
Anyway, if you want to get more information about this, visit the website, which is robwatsonmedia.net, and you can contact me on Twitter or Instagram at robwmedia. It'd be really nice to have a conversation with, and maybe we can record a podcast at some point in the future with some video producers, walking tour video producers. But tell me what you think of them. Go and have a look at them, and let's figure out how we can shape and support and encourage a responsible, accessible, accountable, creative form of self-representation and DIY media for the future. You've been listening to Distraction Therapy with me, Rob Watson. Find out more at robwatsonmedia.net or follow me on Instagram and Twitter at robwmedia.